This show is ridiculous, but it's funny as hell. History of the World, Part 2. Long awaited sequel to Mel Brooks' History of the World, Part 1. And instead of a movie, it's an 8-episode TV show. And honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Mel Brooks took the same exact format as History of the World Part 1 and just replicated it into 8 20-plus minutes episodes. And, in my opinion, it still works. Each episode has, like, mainstay skits. The Civil War, the Russian Revolution, the Story of Jesus, Shirley Chisholm, and they're all kind of hit and miss. Each segment kind of hit and miss. Some are definitely funnier than others. Some are just outright duds. It kind of depends. But the main stars of this are Ike Barinholtz, Nick Kroll, Wanda Sykes. Barinholtz and Kroll, definitely more the mainstays than Sykes, but Sykes does appear in every episode and in each of the main segments in one way, shape, or form. But each main segment also features guest stars. Like in the Civil War, we got Jack Purcell, Jason Alexander. In the Russian Revolution, I think that has the most. We've got Dove Cameron as Anastasia, Danny DeVito as Tsar Nicholas, Jack Black as Joseph Stalin, Rob Corddry as Vladimir Lenin, and honestly, Jack Black, he only appears in 2 episodes? I believe it was 2 episodes. Steals the show because he's Jack fucking Black. Oh yes, and fucking Johnny Knoxville as Rasputin, and he also gets his own segments called Jack Rasp, where it's Jackass but with Rasputin, and it also features Pontius and Wee Man and Preston. All the rumors and documents and all that shit of how Rasputin was killed, or what it took to kill him, is basically what they did. But it's funny as fuck, man. And within each episode, on top of these mainstays, of these main stories, are different skits, different segments of different parts of history. Like we see skits about the pyramids, which features Fred Armisen, and the Middle East, and Amelia Earhart. Hitler on Ice, which starts off with a Mel Brooks narration. We're not going to do it again. No repeats. And he's like, I thought we said no repeats. And then they do Hitler on Ice. But we also get the discovery of fire and Alexander Graham Bell, Galileo on TikTok. And like the main segments, they're all hit and miss. Some are hysterical. Some are just mildly funny. Some are absolute duds. It all kind of depends on your specific humor. Now, I do have some personal favorites in terms of the segments. Sigmund Freud, they did featuring Takia Waititi. I thought he was fantastic. The Jack Rasp stuff with Johnny Knoxville as Rasputin, I absolutely loved. There's a Shakespeare segment where one of the main conspiracies is that Shakespeare did not write his own stuff. There was no Shakespeare. And they kind of go into that with Josh Gad as Shakespeare, and he's got like an entire writer's room writing for him. And Josh Gad absolutely plays it up, and he's hysterical. And another one is the Kama Sutra, which features Kumail Nanjiani, whom I'm not a big fan of, but I think he absolutely kills it in this. He plays the original author of the Kama Sutra, titled the Kama Soup-tra, and it's sex positions and soup. You're eating soup while you're having all the sex in all these positions. And of course, the leaders of India, they get rid of the soup and they create their own Kama Sutra. And I don't know if I'm describing it very well, but watching it, it's funny. At the end of the day, History of the World Part 2, it's funny. It is absolutely funny. It is fantastically acted. Sometimes it's overacted, but I think that's the point. The main stars, Barinholtz, Kroll, Sykes, I think they're great. The guest stars, for the most part, I think absolutely steal the show at times, like Jack Black, like Johnny Knoxville, Kumail Nanjiani, Takia Waititi. They steal the show. Some segments are absolutely amazing, some Again, it depends on like your style of humor, what you go for in humor. But this does feature a little bit of everything. It's got dry humor, it's got deadpan, it's got physical comedy, it's slapstick, a little bit of everything. And to me, Mel Brooks, the man has still got it. At 96 years old, Mel Brooks is still here, and he is still an absolute master of comedy. I give History of the World Part 2, I give it a B.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.